Welcome to One Chemistry. Always try to do your best. Now, let us see about 100 concepts in organic chemistry. We are seeing it as episodes. This is the episode number 7. If you didn't watch previous episodes, I encourage you to go and see. Here, we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the question number 1. They given the 3 compound pyrrole, pyridine and indole. They ask reactivity order in the electrophilic aromatic substitution, whether the indole is higher or pyrrole is higher or the pyridine is higher. So the question is really about the ring size. Pyrrole is 5 member, pyridine is 6 member, indole is bicyclic 5 member and 6 member. So the question is really about ring size versus selectivity. The answer is C. Let us see how. First, let us know the fact. Electrophilic aromatic substitution means electron density normally dictate the reaction. Second thing is electrophile always attack the electron rich center. Let us first analyze between pyrrole and indole. Pyrrole has 6 electron in 5 carbon. Indole has 10 electron in 9 carbons. Both lone pair of electron involved in the participation in the conjugation, so it make it as aromatic. So 6 electron in 5 carbon, 10 electron in 9 carbon. If you analyze the electron density in rough way, the pyrrole has 1.2 and indole has 1.1. So 6 divided by 5, 10 divided by 9. So pyrrole is higher reactive than indole. Let us see the pyridine. Pyridine is the interesting case. Nitrogen electron don't participate. So what is special here? Since nitrogen electron don't participate, electrophile prefer to attack nitrogen rather than the ring. Because ring electrons are constantly delocalized and shared, so the electron density is less, so the attack will be on nitrogen, not on the ring. So no electrophilic aromatic substitution in normal conditions. So from these 3 facts, if you analyze, pyrrole will undergo faster reaction, indole next, pyridine will be the least one. Then the question number 2. The question has 3 compounds which contain just a 10 member aniline, 10 member aniline with rigid oxygen and a naphthalene. Here they are asking the status of aromaticity between A, B and C. So you have to use the Huckel rule to find it and 10 electron in the different rings. So the fused system and the open system and the bridged system. So from the question you might realize same electron in the different ring and its role in the aromaticity. The answer is C. Let us see how. Let us draw all 3 compounds. The first compound, if you redraw with nitrogen, you have steric hydrogen. Because all are cis in the fashion, the hydrogens are middle. What really happens is ring has to be twisted to accommodate the nitrogen. So the loss of planarity, loss of conjugation. So even though it is aromatic and conjugated, but it is not planar. So it is not aromatic. Second thing is same system attached with oxygen. Here the hydrogens are replaced by oxygen. So no annular hydrogen steric effect. So the oxygen relieved the strain, you have the aromaticity there. Second thing is naphthalene. Everybody knows it's aromatic. 4n plus 2 pi electron, planar and conjugated. So definitely A is non-aromatic, B is aromatic and C is aromatic. So the answer is C. Here you have to learn 2 important concepts. One is Huckel rule. Huckel rule says compound has to be planar and should be conjugated and it should have 4n plus 2 electron. Then annular electron decrease the planarity. The planarity disturb the conjugation, disturb the aromaticity. Then the question number 3. The starting middle you have linear alkyne system, the triple bond in the last byte position. They are using specific reagent. The reagent converts into trans position. So trans alkene or E alkene is formed there. Here 4 choices are given for the reagent: zinc and acetic acid and palladium carbon and sodium in ammonia and hydrogen. So from the reactant to product you might guess reagent definitely dictate the stereochemistry there. The answer is C. Let us see how. The starting metal you are having alkyne, you are converted into transalkane. It is conducted through sodium and liquid ammonia, which is answer C. Let us see why it is happening. If you know the mechanism, it will be easy. The first step, you are using sodium. Sodium is the electropositive one, it donates the electron there. So the sodium donates the electron to the alkyne. The donation can be on any carbon. The alkyne is formed. But the alkyne converted into radical anion. The anion and radical both having negative charge because it has electron inside. So radical and anion repel each other, so it will be always trans. So trans position is there. The anion quenched by H plus, then again the radical retained. So again you are using sodium metal, the radical become anion there. So the anion again quenched by H plus, you have trans hydrogen. So the starting metal to product converted into trans by sodium and liquid ammonia. Here you have to learn two important concepts. One is transalkene favored in sodium in ammonia. Second thing is trans position is favored due to anion and radical repulsion because both contain the electrons. Then the question number 4. The starting metal you have quinoline which attached with chlorine. Here they are using base and ethyl alcohol. They are heating it up. They given 4 choices, which is OET attachment. OET attached in the second position or third position, and they ask that mechanism. The mechanism is addition elimination mechanism or benzene mechanism or SN2 mechanism. So you have to identify mechanism and the product there. So from the reactant and the question of choices, you might guess the intermediate is important here and its selectivity definitely plays the role. The answer is A. Let us see how. The starting metal you have chlorine, you are attacking with sodium methoxide. So chlorine is the good leaving group, so attack is on the second position. So OET attacks there, you have anion formation. So the addition is happened. Second, the anion has to be quenched. How the anion has to be quenched? Again it travel inside, establish the aromaticity. So chlorine is removed there. So the addition is happened and elimination is happened. The addition elimination is possible because of electron withdrawing effect of nitrogen or electronegativity of nitrogen. So the answer is clearly A. Here you have to learn two important concepts. Quinoline undergo addition elimination mechanism. The addition is favored by electronegativity of nitrogen and the elimination is favored by good leaving group chlorine which quench the anion. Then the question number 5. The starting metal is linear system with alkene and bromine on above the plane. You are adding HBr. The reaction give two products A and B. They are asking the relation between A and B. Whether A and B are homomer or diastereomer or enantiomer or regioisomers. So from the question you might realize the intermediate configuration is important here and its control over stereochemistry is important here. The answer is C. Let us see how. The starting metal you are having alkene, you are adding HBr. HBr donate the H plus there. Where the H plus will add terminal carbon or the middle carbon. But the middle carbon is secondary cation. So it's a stabler one. You can say it's Marconic of addition. So it's a stable one is formed. Next step, bromine attack. The carbocation is planar in architecture, so attack can be on both sides. So bromine can be above or bromine can be below. Here the cation is planar one because the hybridization is sp2 triangular planar. So the bromine can attack from above and below. So the product is diastereomer because the only difference and change in the chiral center and there is no superimposable interaction. So the answer is clearly C, diastereomers. Here you have to learn two important concepts. One is cation stability. Basically it's a Marconic rule. So tertiary cation is more stable. It dictates the product. It is the major one. Second thing is cation shape. Shape of the cation is planar. So it's sp2 hybridized which leads to the both side attack. So it's formed diastereomers. That's all from this episode. I hope it was easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episode.